Hey, what's up? Hudson here, coming at you with another video, and today I want to explain my thought process for picking my alts. And I have had hella trouble with this in the past. Me and some buddies have been trying to pick alts like maybe a couple months ago, and it was just like so hard that we literally were making spreadsheets to put like the pros and cons of each class and like giving them ratings and like tallying the ratings together of like how important certain aspects of the game are and how good they are, those different aspects. And like that's too much. That's far too much. I'm just gonna explain a couple points, like things that you should consider in general for your alts and picking them, and you kind of should use that and use your own experience with different classes to choose what you would like to play the most. So I guess let's dig into things. One of the first main considerations, and in my like opinion, is that this is the most important. Do you like the playstyle? Do you like the playstyle of the character? Do you like the rotation? Do you like the unique utility that it has? And I think like this is number one for me, honestly. I like playing BM hunters and all, right? I like the rotation. It's simple, smooth, and it's like consistent damage. I like resetting your cooldowns with like abilities. I think that's a cool concept, and I like the unique utility that Hunter has with like pet taunts, traps, and like all that sort of stuff. Binding shot, feign death. I think all that stuff's really cool. Camouflage. So that's why I really like my Hunter alt, actually. It's because I like the playstyle. It feels smooth, and I just like enjoy the unique utility of it. So consider all of those things. And in a problem could be in like figuring things out is like you might not be able to figure out if you like the rotation until you're max level, right? But try to, and maybe watch some streamers, maybe you look on Icy Veins for the rotation guides and see if you think you would enjoy it. See how similar it is to your current rotation on your main and stuff like that. Now, the next consideration I would say is, are they good at the content you want to play, right? Why are you making this alt? Are you just making this alt to run old raids? Good, then pick whatever you want, whatever you identify with class-wise. The actual performance doesn't matter. Do you want to do Mythic Plus? Maybe consider picking one that will be good at Mythic Plus, and maybe not just this patch, right? Like, Fire Mage is really good this patch, but maybe next patch it won't. Rogue will always be good at Mythic Plus. Rogue will always be good in Mythic Plus. DH will generally be good in Mythic Plus as well. So, like, think about the content that you want to do. Warlock always will be good in raid. Generally speaking, like, if you're going to be making a class for a specific type of content, you will know what classes are better at different types. So just keep that in mind, but I want to advise, like, that should not be the main thing when picking a class. That should not be the main thing when picking a class unless you are, like, part of a push group or raid group that specifically needs one is almost asking you to make that class for that specific group. That's the only time you should make an alt based specifically on the meta. Now the third thing I want to mention is like class identity and how much you identify with that, right? I love my mage, and he's my main because I identify with the mage. I think the mages are sick. Like I can go into why I love mages so much, but like I just identify with the class very well. And something that is come like one of the alts that I have trouble playing, finding motivation to play sometimes, is Warlock. I really like the rotation. I like the unique utility they have. I think they're cool. I like playing them, but sometimes it's just like I hate warlocks. Like, I'm a mage main. I hate warlocks. So like if you're like that, maybe consider staying, like if you're a mage, maybe consider staying away from warlocks, because it is in the back of your mind sometimes, and it's tough to play every once in a while. I freaking hate the warlocks, man, but they are fun to play. And the last thing I would say consider is the roles that the class has, right? You want to consider the roles that the class has, like mage has 3 DPS, right? 3 DPS roles. Druid has 2 DPS roles, a healer, and a tank. EH has a tank and a DPS, right? So, if you want to be a DPS player and only a DPS player, like myself, then pick a like 2 DPS or 3 DPS class. Unless you specifically want to target like a Shadow Priest and like the playstyle. Because Shadow Priests are pretty cool, honestly. But realize that whenever you do that, you're more at risk of your class being nerfed and like not being able to play them for like a whole patch or something. And that's just like something that you should consider whenever you're picking a alt. Because if you pick a hunter, one of the 3 specs is more than likely going to be at least like mid-tier for whatever content you want to do. Then say you pick like a DH where they only have one DPS spec. Now, I'm just going to talk about my alts a little bit right now. So I have a Warlock alt, a Rogue alt, and a Hunter alt. And I'm going to explain why I picked each of them, so maybe you can kind of like make analogies to like your own thought process. So my first one was the Warlock. The Warlock alt I really enjoyed, and I saw Warlocks being really good in Raid. I love Raid, and I wanted to do some carries, some extra carries to make some gold each week. So I decided to level my Warlock up so I could do carries and gear him up. And the hardest part for me with the Warlock is like I really enjoy the playstyle. I didn't enjoy Destro, but like I said, ones with multiple roles, like multiple DPS roles, are nice to have because then I just switched to Demo. I really enjoyed Demo though. Didn't like Destro, enjoyed Demo. It was a really nice change. And I thought this fast-paced playstyle with like all the haste was sick. And the hardest part for me though, right, was gearing. Gearing was painful because it's a lot of the same gear that I have on my mage, and it's just kind of like it feels redundant and like silly getting the same exact stuff, but even at a lower level, it's tough, man. It's tough. So keep that into consideration. Like if your alt is going to be similar to your main gearing wise, it might be tough to gear, but once you get the gear, it's not as bad. The playstyles are a lot different, and I do enjoy playing my Warlock a lot. Now my Hunter was super fun. I haven't played, like, it feels like I'm playing BM, right? I just really enjoy the BM playstyle, and that's why I think this is number one. If you enjoy the playstyle of the class, you will want to play the alt more, and it will make it so much more enjoyable. And ultimately, the goal is to have enjoyment, right? So I just really enjoy my BM Hunter, and I actually got him more geared and did more content than my Warlock who I started first. And now I actually do my raid carries, my like supplemental raid carries on my BM Hunter because I enjoy it so much. Now, the last class that I picked is Rogue, and I enjoy the Rogue playstyle. Didn't think I would, actually, but I enjoy the Rogue playstyle. I think I identify with it pretty well, with the class identity. I think it's pretty cool and fun, and they're usually going to be good at Mythic Plus. They're not super meta right now. I mean, they still kind of are, honestly. I guess they are in the meta, but like, not like super overpowered like they were last season, right? But they will always be good at Mythic Plus. I really enjoy doing Mythic Plus, so that's why I picked it, and they're just fun to play. If they aren't good, or if I don't do Mythic Plus on the character, I won't mind, because I just enjoy playing it. Alright, so the most important thing here is just find a class you enjoy to play. Fuck the meta, man. Just play what you want. Play what you enjoy. Play what is fun. The meta doesn't affect 99% of players, right? It might be a little bit harder to get into a group, but you can get past that, man. Like, just figure out what is fun. You will do better on a class that is fun than a class that you don't enjoy but is meta. That is just a fact. And like, seriously, you're like you will not play your alt if you don't enjoy it. You will not play it if you don't enjoy it. So why even make it? Make an alt that you will enjoy, that you will have fun on, that you will spend time on, that you can like say like, oh my god, like I never thought I would play this class, but it was so fun. Like BM Hunter for me, I fucking love it now. I love doing it. I do content on it. Like I do keys. I don't push keys or anything. I like doing, you know, low keys fun. I do carries on them. It's fun, man. It's fun to just mess around on the Hunter now. I enjoy it. And I think that if you give some classes a shot and do some research, you'll be able to have the same experience, having a fun alt for the expansion. Anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thanks as always. If you have any comments or questions, need some help with anything, please feel free to hit me up in Discord. And really, that's about it. Take it easy.